All right, Rich, let's take a look at what we worked on today during your golf lesson. So on the left, we have the before swing, and on the right is an after. And what you can take note of right away is the posture change that we made. So we definitely have you standing taller on the right, feeling a little bit more taller in the legs and chest a bit more down. Whereas here on the left, you can see the knees a lot more bent and chest a bit more hunched. So now let's take a look at the actual golf swing. So we're just going to draw a couple reference lines. And as we swing back, here we're at the top, clubs across the line. We start coming down, hands a little steep. And what we want to point out is right here at impact, basically the spine angle just being very, very up and down, very straight. We want to try to maintain the spine angle that you're creating here at address over on the right. We're talking about the angle that you're creating like right there. We want to try to maintain that as we're coming into impact. You can see the difference in how the rear is looking in the hips. So now when we watch you on the right, we swing the club back. Here we're at the top, coming down, club's still a little bit steep, trying to save it. There's contact. And then here we finally come through. So we just need to try to get the hips just rotating a little bit more. So here we are kind of through impact, and you can see we don't see much going on in the hips. They look like they're just kind of staying stagnant. What should happen is at this point in time, we should be seeing both of your cheeks, basically the full rear facing at the camera. So here we are doing a chair drill, and what this drill is really about is trying to stay in posture as we swing. So let's watch you as you do this. So we swing the club back. You can see it's mostly arms, not much hip rotation. So we really need to be sure that we're focused in on turning the hips more into the right heel. So as we swing up to the top here, if we look down at your foot, so we're talking about this right foot down here, what I noticed right away is how the heel is kind of coming off the ground. So at that point in time, we need to keep that heel flat on the ground when we do this exercise. Notice one thing that's a positive is here at the top, notice how your glove hand stays underneath the shoulder line. I love that position. As we start down, we're trying to get the left cheek to basically push back into the chair. So now watch at impact. Now we mishit this, but look here at impact compared to where you were earlier. So earlier in the lesson, when we looked at this area of your swing, we didn't see both cheeks facing the camera like we do here. So definitely using the hips a lot better than you had been earlier on during the lesson. Just got to work on kind of getting more accustomed to this motion so we can start hitting the ball a bit more solid. All right, Rich, so let's talk about what we did today. So as we swung back, we would see a tendency to kind of just lift the arms up, and the club would end up across the line pointing over here. Then when you'd come down, you'd come kind of steep and swing across it. So what we're trying to have you feel is that when you swing back, you actually did a drill where you held a club across your shoulders, and you were trying to get a sensation of what this looks like. Kind of shoulders a bit more down. I feel like I'm pulling back with my right, and my left shoulder is pointing down towards the ground. As I come down in the downswing, I'm allowing my left cheek to basically push back into the chair, and I finish in my heel. So you can see this big toe coming up off the ground. So those are kind of your cues or checkpoints for today, right? So we're trying to add more rotation and trying to make sure that we finish in the left heel, right? So spend some time practicing these things, and I'm sure it's going to help you.